Hey, Brianna.
Hi, Channing.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Thank you for joining us today.
Of course, I'm so excited.
Here in the studio, we have Tanner and Bill behind the scenes. So what's going on in your life?
Not much. Just working on college applications and mock trial season is getting started.
Are you stressed?
Of course I'm stressed. Yeah.
What's more stressful, would you say, school, mock trial, or preparing for college?
A little bit of everything. Right now, I'm most stressed about college because it's coming up so quickly. But of course, how I do in school depends on that. So.
Obviously. So where are you applying to college?
I'm applying to a bunch of places. Just in-state, it's just USM, but then a lot of like Florida and North Carolina, South Carolina schools. So.
Do you know what you want to major in yet?
I'm hoping to major in marine science.
Why marine science? That's so fun and unique.
It's always been just really interesting to me, and I also want to study some sort of like conservation within that, so.
I'm so glad you know like what you want to do because I'm still like undecided. I say business or in marketing, but like I never know exactly like what I'm passionate about.
It's definitely exciting, but it's also stressful because your plans could always change, so.
Yeah. So with school, I know you're taking every AP class offered, right?
I am, all three.
That's AP Gov, AP Cal, and AP Lit, right?
Yes.
Which is hardest to you?
Definitely AP Cal. I kind of struggle in math sometimes, but I'm working on it.
But you're going into STEM, right?
Yeah. So it definitely relies a lot on how I do within the math. But yep.
But Miss Wilson's a good teacher, so I'm pretty sure like you're gonna get through it.
Yeah, she's always so helpful.
So like with teachers being helpful right now, are they trying to accommodate with your college application season with their course load?
Definitely. So a lot of them, especially with the block schedule, is kind of helping. So we get like less homework. So we have more time to focus on college apps as well as on school.
I love the block schedule. I think it gives us so much more time to take a break. I don't have to do my homework right then or that night. I can just take a day and take a moment for me.
Definitely. I have a lot more time to myself and a lot more time to study and work on other things.
Now with mock trial, how is it going this year for you? How has it changed since last year?
It's going pretty well so far. We just got started, but it's a lot different from last year because the competition is going to be all online due to COVID. But I'm still really excited.
Me too. Do you know how this virtual season is going to happen or work?
No one's quite sure, but we think that all of the team will be together, but that the actual competition with other teams will be virtual.
So what's your role this year on the team?
This year, I am a double-sided attorney, which means that I am on the prosecution as well as on the defense.
And what do you do exactly?
I write a lot of questions for both the direct examination and the cross-examination of some witnesses, and then I essentially perform those questions and argue my case.
You do it well, in my opinion.
Oh, well, thanks. You too.
You also give an open, right? Which is an opening statement.
I do. So I just essentially talk about the case and what we're trying to prove.
Is that stressful to you as well?
It definitely is because it requires a lot of memorization, but it's getting better.
But you're used to like that memorization due to your experience with speech and debate, right?
Yes, I am. I've done speech and debate for the past, I totally forgot the years, but since 7th grade. And it's really getting more fun every year, but it's especially stressful because of COVID.
So what events have you done in speech and debate?
I typically work on poetry and prose as well as dramatic interpretation and sometimes duet.
Who is your duet partner?
Julia. She's been my duet partner. We had a duet together in 7th, 8th, and 9th, but then we kind of laid off a little bit. But we're hoping to get it started back up.
Julia Camino is such an amazing person. Like I think she's amazing at speech and debate and just overall just a wonderful woman.
She's so great. I love her so much.
Which do you like more, speech and debate or mock trial? Can you make that choice?
Ooh, it's really difficult. In past years, it's definitely been speech and debate, but this year I've been focused so much on college stuff that I haven't really had too much time for speech. So right now it's mock trial, but I'm hoping to get speech back up there.
When do you think your first speech and debate tournament is going to be?
I really don't know. It depends on when I get my pieces together, because Speech and Debate is also all virtual this year. So I just have to submit a video, but we'll see.
Now, with it being virtual for Speech and Debate as well, how does that work?
Well, I'll submit a video just a couple days before the competition, and then the day that the in-person competition would have been, they just rank that video and see if I end up in semifinals or finals or...
And do you wear your suit in the video as well?
I believe so, yes. So it's going to be like a full-fledged performance.
It's sort of funny just performing in front of like a camera or like a wall like you normally
Just
would.
completely by yourself, yeah.
So like would you get a trophy in the mail or like are they giving trophies at all this year?
I really have no idea. I haven't had a chance to look too much into it, so I really don't know.
Now, since you have so much experience with public speaking, do you feel like pretty confident in front of crowds?
It really depends. I honestly find myself doing better speaking in front of people when it's people that I don't know at all. So for Speech and Debate, it's completely random people. But once I get in front of people that I kind of know, it gets a little bit more stressful because I feel like they'll judge me.
But like, so like in front of mass at school, you feel more nervous then than
Definitely.
Like, oh, okay.
Definitely, because those are people I know, and I feel like they might just have a bigger opinion on me than random people.
I get that, like especially being in high school, the high school drama and caring about what others think. I get that totally.
Exactly.
So how do you calm your nerves when you do feel nervous or feel anxiety?
I honestly surround myself with people that help me calm down. So at tournaments for Speech and Debate and for mock trial, I'll have all my friends there. And that definitely helps me not freak out as much.
That's so sweet. Like you love support behind you.
Yes, exactly.
You always support me in my like speeches and everything I do. So like, I just know that you're a great supporter in life as well.
Oh, well, thanks, Channing. You too.
So with both Speech and Debate and mock trial, you've been to the state level and national level, right?
Yes, for Speech and Debate, I've gone to nationals. Well, I've qualified for nationals 3 times. But last year I didn't get to go because they canceled it because of COVID, because it was supposed to be like when the height of all the cases were. And for mock trial, I haven't personally gotten to go to nationals because I've been on B team up until this year, but I'm excited for this year.
Where have some of the national competitions been in previous years?
For Speech and Debate, the first one I went to was in Washington, D.C., and then the year after that it was Milwaukee. And then this year it was supposed to be Chicago, but it got canceled.
Which was your favorite city to go to?
Definitely Milwaukee. I had a lot of fun there, yeah.
Well, that's surprising. I thought you were going to say D.C. Because I went to Milwaukee with you, and I enjoyed it a lot, but it was just like a really cheese-themed, because Wisconsin, I guess.
It was completely dairy-filled trip, for sure.
But it was really funny regardless.
Yeah.
So what other activities or clubs are you in?
Well, I'm part of the varsity cheer team, and I'm the co-captain, which is a lot of fun, but our season just ended.
So how was that this year with COVID and like sort of a lack of football games, wouldn't you say?
We missed several football games due to so many cases on the team. And it was a little bit different because practices had to be like, everyone had to wear masks. But it was still a lot of fun. We still found a way to make it fun, even though there was lots of restrictions.
Did you have to wear your mask like during the actual games themselves?
The first couple we did, it sort of slowed down after that, but I always kept mine on just because I think it helps.
So who are your other co-captains or co-captain?
Well, Kitty Grace is my other captain, and she did such a good job this year.
And you guys together like performed the pep rallies and like orchestrated them and organized them?
We did. We were supposed to have a couple more pep rallies, but we organized the one that we did have for homecoming, and that was a lot of fun. And together we also coordinate practices and games and other activities.
So with senior night, were you so sad that the season was over?
I was a little bit sad just because I've been a cheerleader for several years. So it was a little bit sad to see it go, but, it's bittersweet.
I know you're a pretty emotional person, so did you cry that day?
I did cry that day. We watched a video of, pictures and videos from, all the past years. It made me really emotional, but it was still really fun.
So what other clubs or activities are you a part of?
I'm also part of the environmental club and campus ministry and Mu Theta and stuff like that.
So with Environmental Club, Julia Camino and Lucy Mellon both run that. What's your favorite part about that club?
I really liked the informational campaigns. That was really fun. And I think the community garden that we've been trying to get started is a really productive and good idea.
I think the club itself is just such an innovative and inspiring idea, just a club that really cares for the environment and the community itself, which is just so inspiring to me as well.
It really is. It's a really good way to give back.
I think that's Julia Camino and Lucy Mellon are just geniuses in that aspect.
They have done so well getting this started and keeping it going, even through COVID.
And Julia Camino and Lucy Mellon are both great friends of yours, right?
They are. They have been so great to me these past couple years, and we just have a lot of fun together.
Would you say our grade, our senior class, is pretty united in a tight-knit grade as a whole?
In some respects, definitely. It really, honestly, it's shown through at the kickball game. Like, we all really united around that. So in most respects, yeah, I'd say we're really united.
For sure. I definitely said that kickball game was like one of the closest moments I felt to my classmates. We had that common goal of beating literally every single grade in the school, and we were just fired up.
It was so fun to watch. I really enjoyed it.
It was hilarious to me. So you've been at Sacred Heart since kindergarten or pre-K?
Since pre-K, so I'll be part of the 14-year club.
I think the 14-year club is crazy just because I don't even want to go into it. I'm not going to go into it because it makes me mad every time I talk about it because I was here since kindergarten. But has Sacred Heart changed tremendously since you've been here?
In some ways it has, just because we have grown in some ways and been able to do more like activities and fundraisers than I remember doing when I was younger, but our grade has pretty much stayed the same, so we've all been like growing up together basically. It's been really cool.
What's been your favorite change you've seen come to the school?
I mean, we've definitely added several more clubs since I've started. Like the environmental club, which I think is a really cool way to give back to the community.
Have there been any like disadvantages to the school growing so tremendously?
I definitely don't think there's any disadvantages. It's honestly brought the school together.
So what's your favorite part about being a Sacred Heart Crusader?
I like the closeness that it brings because we're all just really like, because there's so few of us, it just gives you a chance to get to know everyone, and I think it's really cool.
So you like that rather than going to like a public school where you have so many kids in one grade, like you might not even know the names of every kid in your grade, do you like that close-knit feeling?
I do. It really makes it seem like family, especially since we've all known each other for 12, 13, 14 years. It's just really nice.
I love that you said that family because I know that's like cliche, but it truly does feel like a family here. Like every grade feels so close and so united. Like you guys are like my brothers and sisters that I never had.
Exactly.
You're good on camera, Brianna. Say something. We're going to keep that in. You're good on camera, Brianna.
Oh, really? Well, thanks.
So now we're going to ask you some questions about you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If your life was a TV show, what celebrity would play you?
Oh, wow. I really don't know. I really don't keep up with a lot of celebrities, so I don't know.
Well, what's your favorite TV show that's on air right now?
On air right now?
You talk about Euphoria a lot. You said
I
you like
do.
that show.
I love Euphoria. Euphoria is definitely one of my favorite shows. I think Zendaya is awesome.
Zendaya is amazing. Didn't she get an Emmy for that show?
I think she did, yeah.
Unfortunately, I have not seen it yet, but it's on my list.
Oh, you better watch it.
Don't worry. Who's your favorite artist, like your musical artist?
Right now, I really like Billie Eilish, and Taylor Swift has always been up there, but yeah.
Are you old Taylor or new Taylor? It's a whole controversy.
It depends. It really depends. I really grew up with Speak Now, the album. Like, that is my childhood album, but I also really like her newer stuff.
It's going to sound bad, but I've been a fan since, like, The Reputation and on. I know I'm late. I'm late.
Oh, Oh, Channing,
But
that's kind of late. Yeah.
Reputation, it slapped, and so did the albums after that. So
It did, for sure.
how would your friends describe you?
I don't know how they would describe me, but I would hope that they would describe me as like caring and like kind and conscientious.
I would consider myself a friend of yours, so I would definitely consider you as kind and talented and caring and so many other amazing
Thanks,
attributes.
Channing. Thanks.
If you could travel to any planet in the galaxy, which planet would you travel to?
I have always been a fan of Saturn because I really like the rings.
But that's a good answer. I didn't have an answer to that one. I was like, any planet is the same. What did you want to be when you grow up as a young kid?
Well, funny, since I was like 7, I've wanted to be a marine scientist. So, I don't know, it's kind of always revolved around that.
I love that you stuck to it all these years. That's
I
good.
did. Let's hope.
A 10-year goal.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
I really don't know. Honestly, since we're so close to Thanksgiving, I would say sweet potato casserole. I'm obsessed. I literally could eat an entire pan of sweet potato casserole.
I'm not a big casserole guy.
Oh, you're missing out. You're missing out.
I'm more of a fan of the dressing at Thanksgiving. Like, that's my favorite. It's dressing too. It's not stuffing. It has to be called dressing.
Well, that's a strong opinion. I don't know.
It is. It's a bold statement. What's your least favorite food?
Well, there are definitely some veggies I don't like. Like, I'm not a fan of like squash or broccoli or stuff like that. I don't know.
Do you have a favorite holiday? Is it Thanksgiving?
No, definitely not Thanksgiving. No hate to Thanksgiving, but I really like Christmas and I really like Halloween.
For Christmas, are you one to receive or give?
I'll do a bit of both, hopefully. I really like giving people gifts, especially because you can make it like as personal as you want it to. But I also definitely like receiving.
And you give really good gifts. I'll just put that out there.
Well,
You
thanks,
give great
Channing.
gifts. So how do you want to be remembered, whether that be in high school or in life or just in Mississippi if you go to Florida for college? How do you want to be remembered?
Well, I definitely have some really big career goals. As I said earlier, I'm hoping to go into marine science. So hopefully I'm going to do some conservation work with that. So I think that'd be a really cool thing to be remembered by.
I think that's such a great point, and I love that fact about you that you're just so caring and environmentally conscientious and just an all-around amazing person.
Well, thanks, Channing. You too.
So thank you for coming on to the show today. You are such a great guest to interview, and you're so easy to talk to since we're just such great friends.
Well, thanks so much, Channing. It was good to be here.
Thank you. Good job.